Hello, it's Jup, and today I will talk about 1 and 2 stable as Arabia Pocket. This is hard and complicated topic, but I will try my best to explain it as simply as I can. For the Dark Age build order, click on the screen right now. Let's start with some general information and then look into the strategies more in depth, as well as how you can vary them, how you can switch them up, what different things you can do with each strategy. So what are the general differences between 1 and 2 stable builds? Let's start with 1 stable, and let's always assume that the other one is doing the reverse strategy. The pros: you will outboom your enemy, and that will give you a chance on overpowering in military, mid and late castle age. Also, while you need to play defensive, it also helps you to focus more in booming. The cons, however, are that you will have almost no military presence early castle age, and if your flank has a bad map or is already behind, he will probably get heavily damaged and fall behind. That, however, is something that you can turn around with your own advantage later on. If you need to micro a lot, it will probably cost you in eco early castle age, however. So let's discuss 2 stables then. So obviously you will have more military presence early in the castle age, but you will also need to damage your enemies. If you're unable to damage your enemies and you're against 1 stable, you basically just wasted all your resources or nothing, and now you will be behind economically pretty heavily, depending on how much you invested in knights with 2 stables. So let's look at a couple of recorded games and build orders I made and see what we can do with this. So let's look into 1 stable first. Here we have a clip of the Max playing a Turk Pocket, and as he's Turks, there's no real eco bonus except for the gold mining, which doesn't really help you when you're going 1 stable. So he actually went 28 pop to feudal age. That's helpful in many cases when you go 1 stable, as you're able to make maybe an extra knight. So you can see he puts down 2 TCs straight out. He queues 3 knights, keeps making farms to keep his wood count at 0, and he also did Bosa as soon as he got up. Now here's the thing, he probably planned already that he will make 3 knights, and then he'll look into his resources if he could afford a 4th one. So now he has 3 going on. You can look at his resource. He has a little spare 250, and he's gonna make 1 more knight, but you cannot make knights so that your resources are 0 at the time before you get TCs up, because you need to be able to run your TCs. Now actually Max made wheelbarrow, so that's also why he kept so much food, but you always need to keep extra food up. And now what are the important things is just focus on the booming and try to use the knights to best of your advantage. Now one of the biggest mistakes people do here is they go too heavy on gold, or they keep mining gold after they add town centers, which results in a massive amount of stacked gold a bit later. So I think you can see here that Max only has 2 gold miners, and they took a really defensive position with his flank. They have no rush, no hurry. There is nothing really. So here I could quickly show you another 1 stable from the Max. This time he has to delay the second town center a bit because he made 2 spearmen. So if you need to make spearmen, you obviously had to delay the second town center just a bit. He didn't need to delay it that much, but now that he had to delay it for like a 30-40 seconds, he's able to make actually 5 knights. Obviously because he didn't have the town center pumping so early. So this just show you like how the varying of the what's happening, the situation. Like he really had to do the spears because the flank was going scouts. So this is how it will affect your build. It didn't affect that much, but because he had to delay the second town center a bit, he actually can make another knight, extra knight. So he has 5 knights, as you can see right now. But it's not the best situation. If you get delayed a bit, it will hurt your eco quite a bit. So, but I think that's what we can get from this wreck. So here we'll see my take on the one stable. Basically you have like Max did, you need to save up for 2 town centers, and all the other food you have left, you need to use them on farms, and you need to make bosa. This is done with Frank, so I did 27 plus 2 pop. So because I'm Franks, I can do 4 knights, but if I were some no eco civ, I would be able to do 3 knights with 27, 4 knights with 28, and if you go 26 you are usually able to do 1 or 2 knights usually, if you want to make the TC straight out. So basically it's really simple. You just make 4 knights or 3 knights or 2 knights depending on what pop you upped with, and you drop 2 town centers and you start booming while you try to use your 4 knights the best of your ability. Try not to waste them that much, try not to lose them easily. You just need to try to keep on the wood count low and keep your town center skewed. You will need to do this until a few more minutes, and then when you start stacking resource you can set the gather point from 2 town centers to gold again. You first want to make farms with the gold villagers, as you're not making nice really. So after you start stacking food again, you can set the gather point from the main TC2 to the gold, so you can start massing knights again after a while. That's basically it. So let's move on to the 2 stable strategies. So here we have the Max again with the Franks, and I just want to note to you that the way Max uses his map generation in this is that he had a 1 deer patch that was far away from his town center, and he had one that was near his mill. So what he did actually was he lured the 1 patch that was far away, and he sent the villagers to get out those deer next to the mill. So here it's pretty tough situation for his flank. He's getting rushed, and Max actually gets his stable delayed a bit here, but his flank actually comes help with getting that stable up. So Max actually had total of 6 deer, and he uses his advantage he got brilliantly here. He's gonna do 2 stables, and he actually manages to make 4 knights, I mean 7 knights, and he gets the TCs up really fast. So this is what you want to aim for. He makes, because he has basically 2 extra deer, he's able to add 1-2 extra knight that he would normally, but he drops the second town center immediately. He makes it to the front, so it's defensive position for him. He cannot get harassed anymore, and he goes aggressive with the knights. And then only like a minute later he adds the second town center as well. He can do it, he has a lot of food, as you can see. Like maybe normally with that kind of thing with -2 deer he could do 1 or 2 less knights, but now he's able to make 7, and he adds the town centers really quickly. And they're gonna go aggressive with the flank. This is how you should use them. If you go for 2 stables, you have to go aggressive. The other pocket is 1 stable. The damage has to be done to the flank, so... But also Max is really focusing on eco. If you go 2 stable, you can do a good eco. You just need to really think about the number of knights you make, when you're gonna add the town centers. How many knights I can make so I could add town centers fast. He makes 7 and he adds the town centers really fast. That's extremely good. And they did a really good damage to the flank. He had to move from the... So here I will show you my take on the 2 stable. Obviously I had only 4 deer. So what you want to focus on is because you build the 2 stables, but you want to have a lot of farms. And in this case I had already planned that I want to make 6 knights. So I only put 5 villagers on gold. And that's enough to make 6 knights. You need to focus on using all of your wood to begin with to farms right before you're in Castle Age. Actually you need to stack a bit of wood. So what I'm gonna make is I'm gonna queue the knights, and I'm gonna add the second TC almost right away. Then I'm gonna make the knights, queue the knights, and I'm gonna wait till I get another wood for second town center. So I start with wood for 1 town center, and then I wait till I get the wood for second town center. Before that I used everything on farms. So now I'm doing almost immediately 2 extra town centers, but I'm also doing 6 knights. So like Max did, I did do the first town center almost right away, and then I add the second town center a little bit later, and now I have 6 knights. This is something that you can do with Franks, with some civs with good eco bonus like Teutons, Mongols perhaps. And you don't have to delay your 2 TCs, so it doesn't always mean that you will need to do complete economical suicide when you go 2 stable. These are good examples, how Max did and how I show you here. 6 knights, not instant 2 town centers, but you don't need to delay that much, and you will still get a pretty good eco. However, you will be a bit behind a guy that goes 1 stable, but you have a really good eco. You have the 6 knights, you can go aggressive with them. After you add the town center, just remember to build farms. Also, you should get the villagers off from the gold. But there's also one strategy you can do, is that you just leave yourself 2 town centers, and then you go basically all in 2 TC knights for a while. That will help you out if there is a really aggressive situation going on. But generally it's a good idea to just add 3 town centers, do the 6 knights, then start booming for a while, and then you can start adding knights a bit later once you start stacking the food again. Okay. So lastly, I will show you this kind of all-in night scenario. It's not so popular to use, and you see this done rarely, but there is a situation for this. Let's say your flank is going forward, tower rush, or just a forward rush, and they're really going really ham on the fighting the two flanks, your flank and the other flank. So what you want to do is, like, if the situation calls for it, if you cannot make knights, and that would mean that your flank is like completely dead, or the other way, the other flank would be completely dead. So what you want to do is really an all-in knight. There is not many times you can use this strategy. It's not common. These situations are rare that the flanks would go really heavy fighting on feudal age. But this build I will show for like all-in knight. So basically what you do is you use everything, every wood you have you use for farms, and you start by having 6 villagers on gold. So you get to castle age, you still keep making farms, you add more villagers to gold, you have 6 there, you will add 2 more to gold perhaps, you have 8 on gold. Then you can actually make the gold mining upgrade too. You want to make Bosa, and then you can make gold mining upgrade if you're gonna go for 1 TC for a while. So what you basically want to do is add more villagers to gold, and just stay on 1 TC and use every wood you have for new farms. And you want to do the knights for a while. It depends about the situation, how long you will need to make, how long it's worth to make. But let's say if you do this strategy against 1 stable and you do no damage, you are pretty much screwed. The game is almost over for you. So this is really a risky strategy. It has a point where you can make, a situation where you can make, but it's not a common situation. It won't happen that often. It's only when the flanks are really going ham on fighting. So what I do, I make about 10 knights and 1 TC, and then I save up for wood for another town center. I have like 10 knights, maybe 11 knights. I'm still adding more knights. I add another town center, and then I add the 3rd one. But this is really an economical suicide if you want to do this. You have to do a lot of damage to pay it off if the other pocket is going for 1 stable and knows how to do it. So I just now at the town centers have a lot of knights. But now I can keep on adding knights because I added the TCs late. I have a lot of farms already, so I can basically keep on making knights, or I can make a 4th TC quickly. But I just wanted to show you like how you can do an all-in knight strategy, and this is how you do it. Just keep on making farms. You use all your resource, all your wood on farms. You add more to gold. And that's how you do on all-in knights.